Would you be the GM if you bought the Jets?
Probably. Yeah, probably. That's a ways away. Yeah. I think truth be told, like call it 20 years from now, he goes out and buys it and I can help him. Because the cool thing is, I think he'd be the first ever NFL owner. And Gary, by the way, Gary knows coaches. Gary goes, people don't know this. Gary goes to the Senior Bowl. Gary goes to the Combine. Like Gary loves this. This is a passion for him. And so what's really dope is I think, honestly, he'd be the first owner that like really knows a ton of scouts and really knows a ton of coaches. And me and our team, like we would really know. And the ability to go build a front office and a coaching staff based on decades of context and relationships, as opposed to just coming in ice cold as a rich person and acquiring a team.
Doing it for fun.
and just relying on one or two people to build everything without your context. So yeah, I think we'd build the best front office and coaching staff ever at that point.
Give me your strategy if you're a GM. What's your roster building strategy?
One, I don't know if I want to reveal my secrets.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's a competitive. I have real thoughts on this topic.
This will come up in 20 years.
Yeah, I have real thoughts on the topic. I'll leave it at this. I think that our investment and the construction of our business, of how we fund and operate a front office and a coaching staff would look very different. I'll say this, and I'll leave it very broad. I think most owners underinvest on management and overinvest on players. The amount of money you pay the number one pick in the draft that may or may not work out versus what you pay your entire front office, all of your scouts, all of your coaches, your physical therapists. I think it's a dramatic under. I would rather trade my number one overall pick and the $40 million I was going to give guaranteed to that player, unless I need a quarterback, because quarterback runs the show. But let's say this year, who has the number one pick? The Bears? Right? And they got Fields. Assume they love Fields. I don't know. Assume they love Fields. You have the number one pick in the draft, and you could take, there's the Carter kid out of Georgia, Will Anderson. You can give that kid $40 million guaranteed. And by the way, I don't know. Those kids could be Hall of Famers. If I owned a team in that situation, would rather trade that pick for future picks. And maybe a second or third. You get a haul. Two future ones, a two, whatever. And then you just didn't spend the $40 million guaranteed. And I would invest all that to doctors, physicians, additional scouts, coaches. Like, I just think there's a disproportionate investment on the thing that makes the players go.
Yeah, it's a great point. I never thought of that. It is a crazy disproportion. It's not even. It's not even close.
I don't think there's a single NFL team that spends that type of money on their GM, front office, coaching staff, physical therapists, research, science, doctors, and that's one player.
What's going on with the Jets? Like, why are they so bad right now?
They're not bad. And listen, I know I grew up a Jet fan, but I have to be mindful of the fact that I'm now an agent. I rep a guy we rep DJ Reed. We rep Zonovan Knight. So I'm not going to comment on the Jets, but I've gotten to know Coach Sala. I've gotten to know Joe and a few, Rex, Greg, a few other guys. I think they got the right people in place. I think they just need to make a few good decisions this offseason, and they've got a good team.